Good day, sir. So we are the Group 4 and we are here to present our final output in project management. So the title for this is Construction and Installation of Outdoor LED Wall at Eastern Poblacion, Poro, Cebu.
Project Integration Management. The project title is Construction and Installation of Outdoor LED Wall at Eastern Poblacion, Paro, Cebu. Sponsored by Honorable Gwendolyn F. Garcia, Governor, Cebu Province. The project manager, Engineer Shervin Chris D. Gonzalez. Contractor, Heritage Muebles, Marable Export Incorporated. The team members is Honorable Edgar Gary Rama, Municipal Mayor; Engineer Shervin Grace D. Gonzalez, Municipal Engineer; Attorney Lou S. Lanes, MD, BAC Chairman; Renelda Gutierrez, Project Budget Officer; Dynami P. Estremas, Contractor Representative. Relevant Governor Offices, Office of the Mayor, LGU's Engineer Office, LGU Technical Working Group, LGU's BEC Team, LGU's Treasury. Team project objectives: enhance community engagement and communication, install a high-quality, energy-efficient outdoor LED wall for public announcements, events, advertisements, and real-time information. Ensure safety and longevity of the structure. Incorporate user-friendly content management accessible to local authorities. The project scope: construction and installation of the LED wall, provide entertainment, support town events, and promote local businesses. The deliverables is operational LED wall, content management system, training for staff, maintenance, and operational documentation. The milestones are project kick-off, excavation, compilation of concrete pedestals, installation of steel framing, installation of LED panels, final inspection, project closure. The risks and issues. Number one is technical risk, component failures, software issues, integration challenges. Number two is the construction risk, weather delays, site conditions, supply chain disruptions, electrocution, and fall hazards. The three operational risk, content management errors, security vulnerabilities, maintenance challenges. Assumptions or dependencies: all required permissions are obtained and material or label availability remains stable. The budget is 5 million. Yes. Schedule is project kick off May 2 to 2024. Excavation is May 2 to 5, 2024. Concrete pedestals May 6 to 8, 2024. Steel framing is May 9, 2024. LED panels installation May 10 to 11, 2024. Final inspection is May 12, 2024, and final closure, project closure is May 12, 2024.
Project Charter. Project title: Construction and Installation of LED Wall at Eastern Poblacion, Puro, Cebu. Project Manager, Engineer Shervin Chris Gonzalez. Project start date May 2, 2024. Project end date May 12, 2024. Project sponsor or financial assistant, Governor Gwendolyn F. Garcia. Business need: Puro, Cebu plans to upgrade public communication and entertainment in Eastern Poblacion by installing a cutting-edge LED wall. This will improve information dissemination, community engagement, and local business advertising. It will also enhance entertainment options for residents and tourists, showcasing cultural events and live broadcasts. These modernization efforts aim to boost socio-economic development in the area. Project scope: the objective of this project is to construct and install a state-of-the-art LED wall in Eastern Poblacion, Puro, Cebu, to enhance public communication, provide entertainment for locals and tourists, and support town events and local businesses. Deliverables: completed and operational LED wall, user-friendly content management system, training for municipal staff, maintenance and operational document. Risk and issues: potential risk includes technical risk, construction risk, and lastly, operational risk. Next is assumptions or dependencies. This project operates under the assumption that all required permissions have been obtained for the work and that there will be no significant alterations in the availability of materials or labor. And lastly is financial. The estimated budget for the project amounts to 5 million, covering both materials expenses and labor costs in their entirely. Next is milestone. Project kickoff May 2, 2024. Excavation May 2 to 5, 2024. Completing of concrete pedestals May 6 to 8, 2024. Installation of steel framing May 9, 2024. Installation of LED panels May 10 to 11, 2024. Final inspection May 12, 2024. And project closure May 12, 2024. Target completion. The project aims to be completed within a 10-day time frame commencing on May 2, 2024 and concluding on May 12, 2024. Project team. Project sponsor Governor Gwendolyn F. Garcia. Project manager Engineer Shervin Chris Gonzalez. Team members Office of the Mayor, LGU's Engineering Team, LGU's Technical Working Group, LGU's BAC Team, Heritage Mebos Mirable Export Incorporated, and lastly LGU's Treasury Team. Next is the Approval or Review Committee. Approval Mayor Edgar Garirama. Review Committee BIDS and Award Committee BAC. And lastly Budget Officer Reynelda Gutierrez.
Direct and Management Project. First, commence project activities on May 2, 2024. Second, start project execution and hold a kick-off meeting. Oversee construction pieces. First, excavation on May 2 to 5, 2024. Concrete pedestal completion on May 6 to 8, 2024. Steel farming installation May 9, 2024. LED panel installation on May 10 to 11, 2024. Coordinate efforts. Ensure effective communication among team members, government offices, and contractors. Monitor progress, track progress, resolve issue, manage changes, and hold regular status meetings. Ensure safety compliance, implement and monitor safety standards, and conduct safety briefings. Monitor and control project work, start on May 2, 2024. And oversee all phases according to the schedule, ensure smooth execution and compliance with safety standards. And then, perform integrated change control. Review and approve change requests. Update documentation and communicate changes to stakeholders. Next, project closure. Conduct final inspection on May 12, 2024. Obtain sign-off, complete administrative tasks, hold closure meetings, and officially close the project. Then, process. The process, input, tools and techniques, and output. Sa project scope management. So first, we have plan scope management. Then, iyang input kay project charter, project, management plan, organizational project assess, enterprise, environmental factors. Then sa iyang tools and techniques, expert judgment, data analysis, alternatives analysis, and meetings. Then iyang output kay scope management plan, requirements management plan. Second, collect requirements. Iyang input kay scope management plan, stakeholders management plan, project charter, stakeholder register. Then iyang tools and techniques, group creativity techniques. Example, brainstorming, group decision making techniques, benchmarking, context diagrams, document analysis. Then iyang output kay requirements documentation requires traceability matters. Third, define scope. Then iyang input kay project charter, scope management plan, requirements documentation, and organizational process assets. Then iyang tools and techniques, expert judgment, product analysis, and alternatives generation. The output, project scope statement, project document, update. And last, validate scope. Iyang input, project management plan, requirements documentation, requirements traceability, matrix, verified deliverables, work performance data. Then iyang tools and techniques, inspection decision making, example, voting, autocratic decision making, multi-criteria decision analysis. Dinihang output kay accepted deliverables, work performance information, change request, and project document updates.
So now, let's proceed to the work breakdown structure of construction and installation of outdoor lead wall at Eastern Poblacion, Poro, Cebu. It has four major phases or activities, including planning, scheduling, controlling, and the closure. In the planning, we have five sub-activities, includes the project proposal, site survey and assessment, permission acquisition, bidding process, and the purchase request. And in the scheduling, we have five subtopics or activities: construction planning, excavation and concrete pedestals completion in 2 days, then steel framing installation in 1 day, and the lid panels installation in 2 days. In the construction planning, it has three sub activities: the define scope of construction work, the determine resource requirements, and the develop construction scheduling. The next, let's proceed to the controlling. It has three sub activities: quality control, process monitoring, and the resource management. In quality control, it has inspection of excavation, concrete quality check, steel frame integrity check, and the lid panel functionality test. And then let's proceed to the progress monitoring. In progress monitoring, it has a daily construction, progress reports, comparison with planned scheduling. Next is the resource management. In the resource management, it has material usage tracking, material inventory management. Then let's proceed to the closure. In closure, have three sub activities: final inspection and acceptance, handover documentation preparation, and the project sign off and closure. In final inspection and acceptance, it has two sub activities: client inspection and client inspection. The next is the handover documentation preparation, have two sub-activities. It includes as-built drawings and operation and maintenance manuals. Then next, let's proceed to the project Gantt chart. In the project Gantt chart, we have the process, project kickoff, excavation, completing of concrete pedestals, installation of steel framing, installation of lid panels, final inspection, and the project closure. Then for the project kickoff, it starts in day 2 with a 0%. At the same time, excavation started at day 2. Then at the day 5th day of May 2024, it has a 45%. The next is the completion of concrete pedestals. It starts on May 6, 2024. Then for the following 2 days at the May 8, 2024, the completion of concrete pedestals had 65%. Then installation of steel framing start May 9, 2024, and it has 75%. Then installation of lid panels started at May 10, 2024, and next day, 11 of May 2024, the installation of lid panels have 85% of completion. Then on May 11 to 12, it has the final inspection. And for project closure, it started at May 12, 2024, which is 100%.
The cost management plan for the installation of the lead wall at Eastern Poblacion, Poro, Cebu, in front of the Poro Municipal Hall is designed to ensure that the project is completed within the approved budget of 5 million pesos. Given the contractual nature of the project, detailed cost breakdowns are not available in advance. However, this will implement robust cost management practices to monitor and control expenditures effectively throughout the project life cycle. Its objectives is to stay within the approved budget, monitor and control costs effectively, and ensure transparent financial reporting. The key activities and responsibilities. First is the cost estimation and budgeting. Contractual agreement. Cost based on a lump sum contract covering all expenses. Contingency allocation. Allocate part of the budget for unforeseen expenses. Second is cost monitoring and control. There are 4. Expense tracking, milestone-based payments, variance analysis, and change management. For expense tracking, implement a system to record all costs and update financial records. For milestone-based payments, align payments with project milestones. For variance analysis, compare actual expenditures with the budget and adjust deviations. Lastly is change management, which is document and approve any changes impacting cost. For the third one, financial reporting and communication. There are 3 parts. Regular reporting. Provide financial updates to Governor Gwen Garcia and other stakeholders. Transparency means to maintain clear financial reporting to build trust. Audit and review. Conduct internal audits to ensure compliance. The fourth is coordination with the budget officer. Collaboration. Work with the budget officer Reynalda Gutierrez to align with financial policies. Next is approval process. Obtain approval for major financial decisions and expenditure. Fifth and the last, risk management. There are 2. Identify financial risk or recognize potential financial risk. Next is mitigation strategies. Develop strategies to manage risk, including maintaining a contingency reserve.
Project Quality Management Plan. Plan quality. First, identify quality standards. For the criteria, operational, clear, weather-resistant LED wall, user-friendly content management, comprehensive staff training, clear documentation. For the compliance, adhere to local and international standards for electrical installations and safety. Second, establish quality metrics. For the performance, meet specified brightness and resolution. Reliability, continuous operation as per warranty. For the durability, withstand Puro Cebu conditions for at least 1 year. Quality processes. Inspection, regular inspections at key milestone. Testing, functional and user acceptance test. Documentation reviews, ensure completeness and accuracy. 4. Assign responsibilities. Quality Manager, Municipal Engineer Shervin Chris Gonzalez, Inspection Team, LGU's Engineering Team and Technical Working Group. Audit Team, Bids and Awards Committee or the BAC. Define quality assurance activities. Adhere verification regular... Balik. 5. Define quality assurance activities. Adherence verification, regular audits. Process checks, ensure compliance at each 5. Define quality assurance activities. Adherence verification, regular audits. Process checks, ensure compliance at each phase. 6. Develop a quality management plan. Objectives, meet stakeholder expectations and standards. Methodologies, inspections, testings, audits, and reviews. Roles and responsibilities, lead by Municipal Engineer Shervin Chris Gonzalez. Documentation, maintain a comprehensive quality management plan. Perform quality assurance. First, conduct quality audits, systematic reviews, regular audits of processes and deliverables. Documentation audits, identify discrepancies. Implement quality reviews, formal reviews, structured reviews at key stages. Feedback sessions, gather stakeholder input. Third, perform process analysis. Efficiency analysis. Identify inefficiencies. Optimization. Implement process improvements. 4. Monitor compliance. Regular assessments. Ensure adherence to standards. And compliance reporting. Document adherence and deviations.
Perform quality control. 1. Define quality control measurements, criteria and thresholds, specific criteria for evaluating deliverables, inspection checklist. Ensure all measurements are assessed. Number 2. Conduct inspections and tests. Physical inspections. Check construction and components. Functional tests. Ensure specific are met. Number 3. Document findings. Quality logs. Record activities, defects, and deviations. Action reports. Document corrective actions. Number 4. Implement corrective actions. Corrective plans. Address quality issues. Resolution tracking. Monitor effectiveness of actions. Number 5. Verify corrective actions. Effectiveness checks. Confirm resolution. Follow-up inspections. Ensure success resolution. Number 6. Continuously improve processes. Lesson learned. Incorporate lessons into processes. Process enhancements. Improve project quality performance.
Project risk management. Objective: identify, assess, respond to, and monitor risk impacting the successful completion of the lead wall installation at Eastern Poblacion, Poro, Cebu. Approach: implement a structured risk management process including risk identification, qualitative and quantitative analysis, risk response planning, and continuous monitoring and control. Key activities: identify risk, site assessment, identify location-related risk, environmental hazards, structural integrity, and accessibility. Stakeholder and consultation: gather insight from the municipal government, local residents, and contractors and suppliers. Historical data review: analyze past projects for common risk. Identify risk. Technical: malfunction of lead panels, integration issues. Construction: delays due to weather, supply chain issues. Operational: insufficient staff training, maintenance challenges. Environmental: adverse weather, site accessibility. Financial: cost overruns, funding issues. Reputational: community relations, public safety concerns. Perform qualitative risk analysis. Risk categorization: classify risk into technical, operational, environmental, financial, and reputational. Likelihood and impact analysis: use a risk matrix to prioritize risk based on their likelihood and impact.
So sa qualitative analysis matrix, so ang mga risk kay imo gani siya i-rate gani if kuan mahitabo siya. So ang iya likelihood ang iya certain impact. So sa likelihood kay pwede siya sa rare, unlikely, possible, likely, or almost. Is a certain impact kay ang impact ba ni sa ani nga risk kay insignificant ba, minor, moderate, major, or catastrophic. So first ani sa qualitative analysis matrix, so ang risk kay naatay 5 ka box. So LED panel malfunction, weather delays, training issues, cost overruns, o community concern. So for example, sa LED panel malfunction, so ang likelihood nga mahitabo ni siya, so likely jud siya. Then ang impact ani kay major, di ang priority kay high. So since ang LED panel kay ang gamit man jud gaaning LED wall kay para magpakita og mga information ning ana. Tapos if malfunction siya, nya major jud ang impact ani din, so dapat jud ni siya i-priority. So ang high ang rate ani niya sa priority. Then sa weather delays, so naay possible, ang likelihood niya kay possible, then ang impact kay moderate, din ang priority kay medium. Kay sa pagbuhat ani, so naay mga weather delays jud, so pero ang likelihood gani kay possible raman, since we don't know, wala man ta naka-hold sa mga weather changes. Then the next one, kang impact ana niya kay moderate ra, then ang i-priority na siya kay medium ra, kay medyo ta kay baw ana. So ang next one is the training issue. So same ra gihapon na possible sa about ni siya sa mga workers. Then ang impact niya kay minor ra, kay wa man siya maka-apekto sad sa mga sa LED panels or sa mga sa process or ingana. Then ang priority niya kay low, kay kibaw man sad ta nga gikuha to nila katong mga workers nga kibaw na jud to sa ilang mga batonon. Then the next one kay cost overrun. So unlikely ni siya kay di ba kay kuha naman ni siya kanang contractual, so ang mga overruns ko sa cost niya gikuha na pud ni siya, gi-estimate na pud og 5 million. So unlikely jud nga mahitabo ni, pero ang impact ani niya if mahitabo gani kay major jud sad. Then i-priority ni siya kay medium ra, kay di man siya kaayo ga issue in terms sa kaninga project. Then the next one kay community concern. So possible then kay ibutang ta lang kay pareha sa location sa LED wall, kay naaman jud kay nagpuyo sa duol ana. So wata kay ba if na ay reklamo ang mga nagpuyo nearby the construction site. Then ang impact niya kay moderate ra, then ang priority kay medyo marsad. So the next one kay perform quantitative risk analysis. So performing a detailed quantitative risk analysis for the LED wall installation project in Eastern Poblacion, Poro, Cebu is unfeasible due to two primary reasons. Number one, lack of cost breakdown. We lack specific cost breakdowns for materials, labor, and contingencies, hindering accurate financial impact assessment. And then the second one is contractual project nature. Project costs are bundled within contractual agreements, making it difficult to isolate individual cost components necessary for quantitative analysis. So, sa pag-perform sa nato ani sa quantitative nga risk analysis sa kaning project, since kapag interview namo na wala man daw sila, dili nila ang hold gani ang pagdagan sa kwarta, since contractual man siya. So di wala sila makatubag kung unsaon daw ni pag-perform gani nila ang quantitative risk nga sa ila kuan. So sila kay ba kung pilay risk go, pilay kwarta nga if possible nga mawala, or if if makuwangan ba ang budget sa project. So ang plan risk responses sa kani kay ang number one kay risk mitigation strategies. So construction risk, develop a detailed project timeline with buffer periods. Then establish reliable supply chain contacts and backup suppliers. Then the next kay operational risk, provide comprehensive training sessions for municipal staff, develop detailed maintenance documentation. Then plan risk responses. Number one, risk mitigation strategies. Construction risk, detailed timeline with buffers, reliable supply chains, then operational risk, technical risk, environmental risk, financial risk, then reputational risk. Then number two kay monitor and control risk. So risk monitoring, then risk reporting, then risk control. Then sa roles and responsibilities sa kaning nga project sa in terms sa mga risk gani sa pag-mitigate sa risk ug kinsay mga responsible gani sa for in order to prevent ang mga possible risk nga ingana. So ang number one jud ani kay ang project manager. So siya ay nag-oversee sa risk management. So atong si engineer, ang engineer. Then the next one kay risk management team. So manages risk in their expertise areas. Then number 3 kay contractor or supplier, then manages risk related to their work. So sila jud nakahibaw jud ga kung unsa jud mga risk sa kuan, since sila may naa sa field sa pagtrabaho sa project. Then the next one kay municipal government liaison, so ensures regulatory compliance. Then the last one kay safety officer that monitors and ensures site safety. So ang mga safety officer mo ni ang nag-ensure nga safety ra ang pagbuhat sa project. Then thank you, that's the wrap of our report.